What is good, y'all? Welcome back to Chris and Ralph Productions. As always, I am Chris
And Ralph.
and Ralph. Today we have a lot of Marvel Studios news. So Kevin Feige yesterday
Yep.
did an interview. I don't know if it was exactly yesterday, but an article released with Variety. Basically, he had a bunch of people come over to Marvel Studios, reporters and stuff, and he answered questions regarding the future of Marvel Studios. Right.
Yep.
So in this video, we're going to go through massive news. We're going to go through confirmation of news, or we're going to go through our speculations of what we want to see going forward, as well as looking back at Marvel Studios. Before we get into the first tidbit, Ralphie, um, overall thoughts on Marvel Studios, the past few years.
Okay, so for the past few years since Endgame, like there's some like ups and
Yeah.
downs and stuff that's been going on.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
There's stuff that I've liked and stuff that I haven't liked, but we'll get more into that. Before we get into that, let's get into some news coming out, and that is
Fantastic
Fantastic Four.
Four
First
first
steps
steps.
is 3Ds,
3
3 days
days away.
away. Woo! It's on Thursday, baby. We already have our tickets.
Yup.
And I am beyond excited. All right.
Yeah.
This past weekend was the first social media reactions. No spoilers, of course.
Yep.
And basically, they just said that this is one of the best projects in Marvel Studios. That the visuals are absolutely breathtaking, and that the cast is wonderful. So that's all I need to hear. Actually, I didn't need to hear anything, but I was already sold. You, Ralphie, how excited are you for Fantastic Four?
Definitely very excited for Fantastic Four
Yeah.
because I've been sorry with him.
No, I was just say yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because for me though, it is great to see like the MCU like interpretation of Marvel.
Yes, and Matt Shackman, of
Yeah.
course, who did WandaVision. This is his film, and I can't wait to see this cast on the big screen. But
Yep.
all right, so what we were just talking about before, I wanted to mention Fantastic Four. Post game, post Endgame, the post Endgame quality dip. It was quantity over quality. So basically, what Kevin Feige was saying is that post Endgame, there was a shift in their output where they did like 4, 5 shows a year, 4 movies a year, resulting in 9, 10. Sometimes I think one year was 11 projects. I'm not if I'm not mistaken, but minimum it was 9 or 10. And of course, as we were mentioning right now, we saw a dip in quality.
Yeah.
Um, you know, there are projects that we do
Yeah.
like
Like
Shang-Chi,
like Shang-Chi, Loki, Miss
Loki,
Marvel.
Miss Marvel. What else?
Let's
I'm a She-Hulk defender. It's not perfect. It's not even the greatest show, but I had fun watching it. But I do understand why people don't enjoy the show because maybe some issues with writing, character development, but but there are projects that we've had not I'm not going to say issues with but we haven't really gravitated towards, like
yeah.
Eternals. Did you
Eternal.
like it? I like it was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I remember enjoying the movie.
Yeah, we saw it in theater. We s-
Yeah.
we watch everything day of. That's who we are. We love Marvel. We love Marvel Studios. But Eternals, if I don't ever see those characters again, I'm not upset. You know.
Yeah.
Um, Echo, we hadn't. I think we no,
We,
we hadn't finished
we
Echo.
saw like at least 2
We saw
episodes.
2 episodes, so that's not fair to us to judge
Yeah.
Echo. But we didn't even finish Echo.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more than I thought I was. And it was a fun show.
Yep.
And there's other projects that's come out that I absolutely love, like Agatha.
Yep.
I love Agatha. Really good show. WandaVision, great show. Finale, I struggle with. And then, for you, how do you like I asked earlier, but I guess if you can go into more details, what do you think went wrong overall the last few years?
So yeah, for the last few years. Okay, so the first one is very obvious about 2020. Yeah.
COVID, of course,
Yeah.
the pandemic.
Yeah, causing like major like delays
Yeah.
and even rewrites dates because like Falcon and Winter
Hmm.
Soldier, there was supposed to be like a plot of them releasing a virus, but
Yeah, but it was too on the nose because what was going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they have to change that part.
Hmm.
Doctor Strange in Multiverse Madness was supposed to release first before No Way Home,
Yes.
but of course things had to change. And American Chavez was supposed to make an appearance in No Way Home, but they have to like cut her out.
Yeah, America Chavez was supposed to make her debut there,
Yeah,
and they were shifting around, and then the writer's strike and stuff,
yeah,
and the actor's strike and
yeah.
everything. Yeah,
And yeah, and also the former CEO of Disney, is Bob Chapek, was basically pushing project for Disney Plus.
yeah. Bob Iger pushed it, and then Bob Chapek really pushed it,
Yeah,
and now Bob Iger's back, and he's shifting his tune
yeah,
about the quantity of projects. And like we have right here, shifting the MCU future output. So going forward, Feige has made an emphasis that they're moving back to think three movies at most, two at least. And he said he mentioned one live action, one TV show a year.
yeah,
And to be honest with you, that's a sign of relief
yeah,
because it was getting too much.
yeah,
We are gonna watch all of it, even though, like we mentioned, Echo's the only thing we haven't finished.
yeah. Hopefully soon we would get around.
We'll get to Echo,
Yeah,
but yeah, I want them to change going forward.
yeah,
You?
yeah, yeah. Because for me though, of course, at first I did not see any wrong with it, but then looking back to it, dang,
It was a lot.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, and Kevin Feige, he's been outspoken about this, but this interview, he really gave a lot of insight on their mindset going forward. And this is something that it was the writing was on the wall. I think
yeah,
as true. Well, first of all, I don't really believe in you have to be a true MCU fan to enjoy these projects or not like these projects. Anybody can be a fan,
yeah,
but for super nerds like us who watch every single second of MCU content, we recognized that it was just getting too much. We recognized it.
yeah,
And they're recognizing it, and I'm happy that they are going to be shifting their focus on the amount of projects that they're going to be putting out because it's too much. Um, and to me, this next bit of news is probably the biggest news that came out of this interview, and that is Secret Wars. Secret Wars is to act as a reboot for the MCU. According to Kevin Feige, they have a 7-year plan going all the way to 2032. And of course, what does this mean for the future? So, Secret Wars comes out December 2027. Initially May, and it got
yeah.
delayed,
To December,
as well as Doomsday got delayed from
yeah,
May 2026 to December 2026. So we're a little over 2 year,
about a year and a half.
a year and a
Yeah,
half.
for
Yeah,
Doomsday and
Doomsday,
yeah, Sequel was about two and
two
a
and a
half.
half years. Yeah, so Secret Wars. And if you know anything about the Secret Wars storyline, either 1985 or 2015 or 1985, right? But the 2015 one is the one that I read. Um, it was like a reboot for Marvel continuity in a way. And this reboot, whatever that looks like post Secret Wars, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You, Ralphie, what's your thoughts on that reboot?
So so for me though, with the reboot though, like for me though, like at first I was like kind of mixed on it because I
Hmm.
grew up watching it and it's gonna be like strange to see like somewhat a different interpretation.
Yeah, hmm
But then same time, everything is gotta be for the best.
it is. And it's gonna suck seeing which characters don't make it through
Yeah,
because there are so many MCU characters
yeah,
that are being pushed to the forefront, whether or not they're being accepted critically or not. But it's time for a reboot. It really is.
yeah,
By the time Secret Wars comes out, it will be 19 years since the beginning of Marvel Studios.
yeah,
I remember when Iron Man came out. I was a lad. I was a little lad
yeah,
out in the lands. Just kidding. I was like 10 years old.
yeah,
Which is, a young kid.
yeah. For me though, like I remember I remember when I was a kid I believe my first MCU film was Iron Man 2 whenever I got it on DVD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had them all on DVD, all on Blu-ray,
yeah,
and whatever the reboot looks like, and like I mentioned, the 7-year plan to 2032, he
yeah,
didn't really elaborate or go deeper into what the 7-year plan. Of course, we don't expect him to reveal their whole hand, but he didn't really give an idea of what to look for or what's going to happen in those 7 years. So let's focus on post Secret Wars.
yeah,
What does this mean for the future? Of course, I'm assuming that the characters that we love are just gonna eventually be gone. You know, I think Chris Hemsworth is gonna eventually move on.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hiddleston is gonna eventually move
Yeah.
on. Brie Larson,
Mark Ruffalo Hulk.
Mark Ruffalo, Hulk. They're gonna eventually move on and get past Marvel Studios
Yeah.
and go on with their careers. But those are such iconic characters. Thor,
Yeah.
Hulk, you know. And there's two characters we're gonna get into right now after this. I want them to do like a Earth Mightiest Avengers or Earth Mightiest Heroes sort of story
Yeah.
where it's like a young Hank Pym and a young Janet,
Yeah.
where you have a Reed Richards working with Hank Pym, Reed Richards working with the Tony Stark.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to look like post Secret Wars?
So yeah, for post sequels, okay, so the of course I'm speculating is they're gonna of course they're gonna focus on some X-Men stuff,
Yeah,
like, and for everything else, like legacy characters currently unknown what kind like possibility would be.
exactly, exactly. So we don't, of course, we don't know. The only people that know are Kevin Feige and his people.
Yeah.
And those two characters that I was talking about, that is Tony Stark and Steve, will eventually be recasted in the MCU. This one hurts, Ralphie,
Yeah.
but I want them to be recasted eventually
Yeah.
because Tony and Steve, especially post MCU starting in 2008, they have become forefront Marvel characters. Because a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people do know this, but I think majority don't really remember. Before Marvel Studios, Iron Man and Captain America were nowhere near the popularity of a Spider-Man, a Wolverine, and a Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these two characters are synonymous to have stories together. And good luck to whoever gets casted in these roles, especially Tony,
Yeah.
because you're going to be doing a Robert Downey Jr. impression. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you feel about this, Rob?
So yeah, for me though, like yes, it's gonna be strange though, like like the one that we grew up with. It's gonna be strange, but same time like gotta be for the best though, because like I remember I said this somewhere a while back. Eventually they have to do it though, because you cannot do like one interpretation and keep it permanent be as a one time thing.
Exactly. Imagine if Adam West was the only Batman we've ever had.
Yeah,
We would have never gotten Michael Keaton
or
or Christian Bell or
Robert Pattinson,
Robert
Ben Affleck,
Pattinson, Ben Affleck,
and whoever the
whoever is the Brave and the Bold.
yeah,
Yeah, Brave and the Bold.
and
Which?
yeah.
Go ahead.
And the same thing with Superman. Like if Christopher Reeve was the only
Hmm.
interpretation, we don't get like Brandon Well
Henry Cavill,
or David Constantine.
David Cornsweet. Yeah, it's just or Tyler Hoechlin, who's one of my favorite Superman from the TV show.
Yeah,
Um, we will see them recast it, and when
yeah,
that day happens, the internet's gonna be caught on fire.
yeah,
And I'm here to read those people's reactions.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, and whoever can catch it, though, I'm hoping for them like to like try filling into like shoes or footsteps.
Yeah, and we want whoever they cast to succeed.
Yeah,
I don't want these actors to fail because oh, it's gonna ruin my childhood.
yeah,
My childhood's still there. You
yeah.
can I can go back and rewatch the old
Yeah,
movies.
yeah. Because like to me though, like when I was a kid though, the only kid who's gonna play who's playing them, I only care to see like the characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Again, as a kid though, I usually care like to see like the characters, not like who's portraying them.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
Right there with you. And the other massive news is it's news that broke like a month or two ago, but Kevin Feige finally confirmed it, so it's not brand new news. But new Avengers director Jake Schreier will officially direct X-Men for Marvel Studios. So if you've seen our Thunderbolts review, then you know how much we love that movie.
yep,
We absolutely love that movie. Um, and Jake Schreier, he had a big part on the success of that movie. His directing was wonderful. Um, he did a show called Beef. If you've never seen Beef, guys, go watch that please, because he's in his bag in that movie. I'm excited for this, Ralph, especially of course for the X Men. I think we all have no. I can't speak for everybody, but I think a lot of people have that feeling and that mentality. Can we just get to X Men?
Yeah.
Can we just get to X Men?
Yeah.
And I'm in that camp. Eventually, I just want to have X Men be the main characters of Marvel Studios. Of course, we don't know what that looks like post Secret Wars because I'm sure they're gonna have every Marvel character be important or try to make them important.
Yeah.
But the X Men, the X Men can go another 40 years without any other live action projects, and they still be the probably the most characters to ever exist.
Yeah.
You know. What do you think about Jake Schreier being the official director for the X Men?
So after seeing like the chemistry with like a group of characters for Thunderbolts,
Yeah,
and kind of really see like his take on it.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the Thunderbolts New Avengers, that whole cast was misfits,
Yeah.
and X Men, they're not necessarily misfits like a Doom Patrol, which I wrote a paper about Doom Patrol and X Men about how I'm not gonna get into it. Doom Patrol was first. There was a man in a wheelchair that led gifted people in a mansion, and then less than a year later, X Men comes out about a man in a wheelchair that leads gifted people in a mansion. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Doom Patrol did it first. People don't know that. Doom Patrol, Doom Patrol has X Men done it better successful, like in terms of global? Yes, of course. But Doom, that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. People don't want to hear the truth. Watch, someone in the comments is going to educate me and I'm going to look like an idiot, but I don't care. But yeah, speaking of X Men, let's go ahead and get into it. X Men, of course, will be a focal point post Secret Wars. That's pretty obvious. We already gave our opinion
Yeah.
on that, that we want the X-Men to be the main focus of Marvel. And Kevin Feige went on to basically reiterate that it will be a young cast. And we know in Doomsday, we're getting all of the OG X-Men
Yeah.
from the 2000s, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, Alan Cumming. Hugh Jackman hasn't been announced, but I'm pretty sure Hugh Jackman's
Yeah.
going to be in it.
James Ma- James
James
Marsden,
Marsden,
Kelsey Grammer,
Kelsey Grammer, who plays Mystique?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rebecca something. I'm so sorry. And I'm sure there's others that haven't been announced that are going to be in it. And going forward, post Secret Wars, post Doomsday, we want X Men to be involved, of course, and they need to be young.
Yeah.
I don't want to see as much as Hugh Jackman is the most famous, him and Robert Downey Jr. are
Yeah.
the two most famous actors to ever play a superhero. I don't want to see 60-year-old Hugh Jackman with his hair dyed, pretending to be a high schooler. I don't want to see that, even though he's not pretending to be a high schooler because he's like 300 years old by the time he meets the X Men. That was a bad example.
But
I don't need James Marsden to be a high schooler. There
yeah.
you go. That's better. But what?
But you probably get the point what
Ex-
we're trying to say.
exactly. I mean, you get the point. Speaking of something that hasn't had a point yet, because very unfortunately they can't get their act together, that is Blade.
Blade.
Kevin Feige. I mean, there's what can we say positively about this project? Because Blade is a character that needs to be in the forefront of the supernatural within the Marvel corner of the supernatural corner of
Yeah.
Marvel, but they can't get. Anyways, he said Mahershala Ali is still attached to be Blade. Um, Mahershala Ali, he was recently on the red carpet for Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Someone asked him about Blade, and he basically said, "Call Marvel because I'm ready." He's been ready since 2019 when it was announced. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was like 6 years since it was announced. 6 years.
Yeah. Since like Comic Con when they announced Phase 4 and
Mm-hmm.
they announced Blade, and well, like 6 years, 6, 7 years later, still nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Um, now it's going to be modern day, which
Yeah.
is interesting because if you've seen that tidbit that came out the other day, that Sinners, the successful Michael B. Jordan movie that came out earlier this year, actually used costumes that was made for Blade, but Marvel Studios made a shift and now Blade's going to be modern day. That all the costumes they made for like the 1920s, they just sold them to Sinners, and they used the costumes. So technically, some of Blade has been on the big screen, Ralph.
Yep.
Technically speaking.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah. Like again for Blade though, like. it's kind of frustrating knowing like insane like rewrites and direct.
Extremely frustrating.
Yeah, and I do hope the things goes for the better. Like when they like announcing production begins and stuff.
Yeah, it's tough, dude. It's tough.
Yeah,
And there's been 4 different versions. I think that's an understatement. I think there's been 10, but
yeah,
there's reportedly there's been like 6 directors, 6 writers that've come and gone, or I don't know.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. But according to Kevin Feige, we are still going to see Blade in the future. So we'll see.
Hope so. Also, one last thing
What's up?
is I remember like back in 2020 or 2021, I have heard they would try and make it the PG-13 because it was at the time and where they only do PG-13, but now they're gonna do R-rated.
Yeah, it has to be R-rated now
Yeah,
because of Deadpool, Wolverine, and all that other stuff.
yeah,
But all right, speaking of something that's not going to be rated R, Spider-Man. Spider-Man Brand New Day, he gave a little update on this up-and-coming project. Spider-Man 4 is to be street level, which is thank God because
yeah,
Sony was pushing for multiverse.
yeah,
And to this day, I wish Sony didn't have the rights, but then we would have never gotten Spider-Verse. And
yeah.
I don't know.
Like
Sony Animation's killing it, but
yeah, yeah, and as recently as a Sony animated film we have saw.
oh, K-pop Demon
Yep,
Hunters, really good. Recommend on Netflix. Sony Animation, dope.
yeah,
And this is a quote that Kevin Feige said about the street level for Spider-Man. Him being by himself, referring to Peter Parker, dedicated to saving the city and dealing with, for the lack of a better term, street level crime as opposed to world-ending events. And thank goodness because I enjoy all 3 Spider-Man projects. Spider-Man Far From Home, not Far From Home. No, that's the least of the 3. Homecoming
yeah,
is actually my favorite live-action Spider-Man movie. Um, Spider-Man No Way Home is the biggest Spider-Man movie ever with Toby and Andrew, of
yeah,
course. But I want to see a street level crime fighting Spider-Man.
yeah,
You, Raphael?
yeah. I hope so because I do kind of like oh, because after watching the episode from the 2003 animated series or
Yeah.
Spectacular Spider-Man,
Hmm.
and even playing the Sunday games, back in my head wishing like we should have got something like this
Yeah.
for the MCU.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
I wish we got that. You know what? Let me tell you something, Red.
yeah. Punisher,
Kevin Feige confirms Punisher to appear in not is to appear in Spider-Man
brand
Brand
new
New Day.
day.
John Bernthal. Let me tell you something, Red. Of course, John Bernthal and Tom Holland are filming the Odyssey together, or I don't
Yeah,
know if they already filmed, but um, yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out July next year. Odyssey comes out 2 weeks before that. They have 2 movies coming out in the same
yep,
month. That is exciting for them.
yep. And even the audition.
Yeah, where they helped each other to get these
Yeah,
roles. Hulk is reportedly in this movie, but Kevin Feige hasn't said anything about Hulk, nor should he. They should keep it a secret, unlike Captain America, Brave New World. Okay, next. This is unfortunate. This is probably the worst news out of everything.
yeah,
The MCU cannot use Miles Morales until the Spider-Verse saga is completed. And this last little tidbit, this isn't from Kevin Feige. This is just my speculation.
yeah,
He's expected after or during Secret Wars. The reason why I say that is because if you've read the 2015 Secret Wars, Miles Morales is a focal point in that story. Him and the Maker are the only 2 people to survive the Ultimate World or universe. And this sucks because Miles Morales is hands down the biggest character to be created within the last 20 years. And we can't see him at Marvel Studios until Spider Verse. So,
yeah,
what are your thoughts on that, Ralph?
yeah. For me though, like it is unfortunate though, and so a bit release date timeline, 2026 brand new day,
Mm-hmm.
2027, but beyond and the Spider
Which
Verse
is like what, May or June?
June,
June, okay.
and possibly whenever Spider-Man 5 comes around, they probably will introduce.
Yeah. We might, and another thing, Secret Wars is
Yeah,
December 2027. Beyond the Spider Verse is June 2027. So maybe we even get Miles Morales in Secret Wars. Maybe
yeah,
that would be great for the Marvel. For Sony. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, but like I said, this is unfortunate because Miles Morales is the most popular character to be created within the last 20 years in comics.
Yeah,
And for him to not be able to be in the Marvel Studios universe or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's unfortunate. But in due time, he will get his time.
yeah,
He will be in it, and we will all go crazy when Miles pops up on the screen.
yeah.
Yeah. And the last bit of news, let's end on a little on some good news because the Miles Morales is a bit of a bummer, but this is the opposite of that. Kevin Feige in talks with Ryan Reynolds regarding the future of Deadpool within the MCU. Of course, coming off of the billion-dollar success of Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yep.
we are expected to see Deadpool going forward in the MCU. What does that mean? We don't know. Where should he pop up at? What do you think? Where do you want to see him?
So yeah. So possibly possibly either either in like an X-Men related project,
Yeah,
or who knows what kind of like maximum effort he's gonna do it in the MCU.
yeah, that. Oh, I just got a Deadpool and Wolverine shirt. I put on my Doom shirt.
Yeah,
I wanted to wear that one, but I was like, this Doom one, I can't pass it up. I
yeah,
have to wear this one. Um, but this is amazing because Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
yeah.
Deadpool is such an iconic character. I will say, is he gonna be a high schooler? Is Ryan Reynolds gonna dress up like a high schooler? No, I'm joking. For
Yeah,
X Men, but this is great. I mean, you could say obviously Deadpool's going to continue, but Ryan Reynolds has said that he's satisfied with his story as Deadpool,
yeah,
but he's writing a Deadpool 4 or he's in the process of making a Deadpool 4 in his head, and I don't know what he actually has writing. But for Kevin Feige to say that, I'm happy.
yeah.
Any final thoughts about this before we wrap up,
So yeah,
Rafi?
for Deadpool though, like Deadpool's still kind of insane of the journey
Mm-hmm.
from like after X-Men Origin Wolverine.
Yeah.
They would try to do a Deadpool movie, but then of course it was cancelled until someone leaked the test footage.
Ryan Reynolds, he's not going to say that, but he did.
Yeah, and after people were buzzing about the test footage, they're like, being like the project right now.
And Donald Glover was supposed to voice Deadpool in an animated
Yeah,
project, but then we get this, and Deadpool's been through a journey, like you mentioned,
yeah.
and his journey is going to continue in Marvel Studios. But all right, guys, that is all we have in terms of this Kevin Feige article in this interview that he did. So, out of everything we've talked about, what are you most excited about? What do you want to see happen in the MCU going forward? And how excited are you for Fantastic Four First Steps? But that's all I have for you guys. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribe
As always, guys, I'm Chris.
and Ralph.
Catch y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.